Well, everybody, happy May 10th, 2020, and also happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on today's show, we have the newly head coach for Haddam Killingworth. His name, Erik Becker. Coach Becker, thanks so much for being able to come on today.
Thank you, Chris. You do great work. I'm honored to be here.
I really do appreciate it, Coach, but it's an honor to be able to have you. And before we start talking about your new team and Haddam Killingworth, talk to me about your coaching career.
Yeah, so I'll start with my why. So I coach to help boys become respectful, responsible, honest, and caring men who will impact the world in positive ways. I want to see them setting the example in school and in the community. I want to see them sitting in the front row with their phones away, modeling being a great student. I want to see them being actively engaged, making their communities better.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's cliche, but I believe in the noble football player. I believe football teaches you everything you need to know to be a successful person. It teaches discipline, self-control, sacrifice, commitment, hard work, dedication to a cause greater than yourself. Down the road, I want to see my kids become great husbands and fathers and great citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a coach. I grew up in Madison, went to Hand High School, played for Steve Filippone. Coach Filippone's a Hall of Fame coach. He's an amazing man. And, from about the age of 17 on, he's been my father figure in my life. After college, I came back to town and I just started being a volunteer assistant with the hand program. I did anything I could to help. From 2004 to 2009, I was the head freshman coach. Our teams were always between 40 and 60 kids. I ran my own program.
Mm-hmm.
We finished 27-3 over my last 3 seasons. And in 2010, Coach Filippone asked me to come up to the varsity and be the offensive coordinator. I did that from 2010 to 2015 at Hand. We won 56 games. We went to the playoffs 4 times and won Class L twice. In 2016, my good friend LJ Spinato asked me to come to Choate to work with the quarterbacks. We went 9-0 and won the NEPSCAC Class A championship. And that was an awesome experience. LJ's a Hand alum, and he's a great coach, runs a great program. And then in 2017, the Coggins job opened, and I was grateful to get that job. I was the 5th coach in a 4-year period. The team had been 1-9, and over 3 years, we won 18-12. And last year we were 7-3, starting 9 sophomores. We had 3 seniors on the roster. We won 7 games. We beat Valley Regional for the first time in program history. And really felt like we were set up to do some great things and felt like we were really moving in a great direction. I'm so excited for this opportunity at HK. Just a little background. HK program started in 1977 with Coach Dennis O'Rourke. Got my Coach O'Rourke mustache going here. He coached for 37 years, over 140 games. And in 2013, he turned the program over to Mike Bakalik, who is one of his former players. Mike's a great guy, carried on the tradition, and just took a step back because he had a second child. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity and to take care of this program that these guys have built. I have a great staff. I inherit some phenomenal coaches who are HK through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Barth Keck, who's an English teacher in the building, is a longtime coach. Tyler Wilcox, who's a former quarterback, who's a fantastic young coach. Jared Hickey, who's a kid that I've known for years and years, who's a very talented young coach. George Callender, who's had some really phenomenal kids go through their program, was a great player in his own right. And maybe his son Torin. Then I'm going to bring in one guy with me who I actually taught when he was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Wood, who's a talented quarterback coach.
Now, your time with Hand, because I want to go back to that real quick. We know about the story program of Hand and how much talent they've been able to produce. Do you think that being at Hand for so long kind of allowed you to really kind of see the ins and outs of how a successful program should and can be built?
Absolutely. I'll always bleed black and gold. That's what I grew up with. And Hand wins for a few reasons. Number one, it's a culture of success. You grow up in town knowing what success looks like and knowing what's expected,
Hmm.
as to low expectations. And it's coaching. Hand has had um, three coaches in a 50-year history. Larry Ciotti for the first 18 years um, turned the program from nothing into a state championship program. Steve Filippone for 27 years, um, won 7 state championships, and then Dave Mastriani for the last three, who stepped away for some health reasons after winning two more. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like being able to see one of New England's best programs up close and be a product of that absolutely shapes who I am every day.
Now, Coach, coming from a program like Hand and now being able to kind of, in some ways, go from where Hand is in their conference to now coming to the Pequot, tell me about what you can bring as a head coach who is in a very tough conference to now come over to the Pequot.
Yeah, baby. I love the Pequot. Um, what I bring, so when I coach, I always, this is fun. I love football. I love coaching. I believe that football's fun. So I try to bring that joy and enthusiasm and energy every day. I want my guys to love this experience. I want them to love practice. I want them to learn the love of getting better. I believe hard work is its own reward, and I want them to love the work. Um, I bring, the offense that we ran is a high tempo spread, no huddle system, essentially kind of an air raid offshoot. Um, and I think we have the athletes to do it. We have a phenomenal senior class, 21 kids, which for the Pequot is enormous, um, deep and talented, um, and I'm really really excited to work with them.
And you speak about the senior class, which we'll get to in a moment. They were sophomores when Haddam Killingworth lost to Bloomfield in the final back in 2018. Now
Yep,
that's got to be great for you because as a first year head coach with, Haddam Killingworth, you're kind of already walking into a pretty well seasoned team by all fronts. So that has to make it easier on you.
definitely. This is a program. This is a well built program that's been carefully maintained and taken care of. My job is to do my best to help take it to the next level and continue the positive trajectory that
Hmm.
work and that Coach Backlick have established. Um, these guys, again, they know what success looks like. I watched all their game film from last year, varsity and JV, and I was really impressed with what I saw. They work hard, they play hard. They didn't have the success on the field that I think they were capable of, and I think that was due to a couple key injuries.
Hmm.
Uh, I think all the makings are there for a really great season.
Coach, how, not to put you on the spot, but how can you raise Haddam Killingworth to that next level? What can you bring
Um,
besides a lot of rings from Hand?
yeah. So and Choate.
And so,
I'm
yes.
gonna try to. So HK's been a double wing team for about 40 years.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna try to spread it out a little bit. I think we're gonna maintain the integrity of HK football, which is hard nosed, physical, downhill, uh, smash mouth football
Hmm.
from a more spread formation. Um, I think Alex Riccitelli has the potential to be um, one of the league's best players. I'm really impressed with our linemen, Thomas Perry in particular, who I'm going to shout out later. But
Hmm.
I think that we have the makings of a great spread football team, um, and I think score some points and we can win some games.
Now, you mentioned how you watched the film between the varsity and the JV, and now that you're bringing in a spread, the one thing about the spread is you need athletes and you need a quarterback with a strong arm. Now, before we get into the players, do you feel like you have the weaponry with the players to be able to accomplish what you're looking to do with your spread offense?
100%. And you know this, you can succeed
Mm-hmm.
in the spread system with different types of quarterbacks. So you'll see spread teams, like New England Patriots up until this last year, who had a phenomenally talented spread quarterback who was a pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
You see spread teams with more mobile dual threat quarterbacks. You can tailor your system based on your talent.
Mm-hmm.
You will have a wonderful dual threat quarterback in Alex Riccitelli this fall. He can run, he can throw. Again, I'm really excited to work with him.
Now, Coach, let's talk about some of the players. Now, let's hit on the seniors first, since we've already mentioned his name a couple times. The quarterback, Alex Riccitelli. Tell me about him.
Yeah, so he's big and strong. He's fast. He carries himself with confidence. He is poised. And I just think that he's when I look at quarterbacks, I always look for
Mm-hmm.
ability to play on their toes. Yeah, Danny is a running back linebacker. He's a kid who has struck me with his leadership ability. I've only met him once. He really impressed me with his ability to kind of look me in the eye and introduce himself. Thomas Perry is an outstanding individual in every sense of the word. He's big and strong. He's about 6'1", and I think he's still growing. He is a absolute standout student. Kevin is a wide receiver, one of the fastest kids on our team. Probably going to be one of our main wide receiver targets this fall. Sends me little clips of him sprinting, and from what I've seen, he's got great hands.
The pieces seem like they're there for Haddam Killingworth to be able to kind of do something special this year. Now, dealing with what we are with the coronavirus and not being able to meet the players. Now, you've only met with the players once, but they are sending clips and videos to you. Does that kind of make things, or I should say, kind of lessen the burden on you, because now you don't have to worry about, are my guys practicing? Are they making sure they're getting their work in?
Yeah, this is certainly a unique time. None of us have experienced anything like this. I've been able to just communicate with them by email. The families and the players. Number one wish is that we're staying safe and that we're maintaining social distancing and that we're finding the blessings in this time. If kids are motivated to train, that's better. I love seeing clips of kids, sprinting or working on their strength. I mean, to me, that I'm doing the same thing, and that really inspires me to see them doing it too. And it just kind of helps me learn about them a little bit. Again, I'm in this job for the relationships I build, and not being able to meet the kids and work with them is hard. I've been a part of a team year round since high school through college and through my life since then. And I want to be able to work with these guys, and to not know when that's going to happen is tough for everybody. But I know they're excited and I'm excited, and I can't wait to get this going.
And Coach, I can see the excitement. I know, it looks like you're the right man for the job just by what you've been able to accomplish at Hand and Choke, Coggeshall, and so forth. Congrats on getting the job with Haddam Killingworth. It's a pleasure to be able to have you on and be able to talk about the program. And thanks so much for being able to come on.
Hey, Chris, keep up the awesome work. It was an honor.
I appreciate that. That'll wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So for all the mothers, once again, happy Mother's Day. And for everyone out there, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.